Howdy friends, it's Kathy from RustPaperScissors. I wanted to wish everybody a Happy New Year. This is like the 5th time I've tried to make this video, so I'm really kind of frustrated. I apologize. I wanted to do a flip through of my latest journal. It is a fabric and lace journal. It is a repurposed book that I covered with fabric and lace. It is approximately 8.5 by 5.5. It has this beautiful cabinet card picture of this beautiful lady, and then I added a little, I believe this was a necklace that I got at a thrift store. I wanted to mention that 2 of the rhinestones are missing from the brooch, and then one of the little small rhinestones over here is missing. I say that just because I want to be honest with you, and I don't want you to expect to get it and it be pristine, and there are some flaws in some of the materials that I used, and I want you to be aware of that. But that, you know, I think that goes along with the junk journal whole idea. So, but I just did want to mention that it has a 1 3/4 inch spine. The back is plain. It's covered with this beautiful Battenberg lace doily. I believe the gator mouth is about 5 inches. I have it, the closure that I use this is one of my signature items. It is a rusted bulldog clip, and I added some rhinestones and just the chain, and it's a quick and easy way for me to, you know, close the journal. So I like to use those. I wanted to mention there was a learning curve doing a fabric and lace journal. I'd never done one, and it's quite different, paper and fabric, and I learned quite a bit. But one of the things that does happen with the fabric is sometimes the rusted items stain the fabric, and it's not easy to get off. But in fact, you really can't get it off. I love rust, and I love the vintage look that it gives things, so I'm okay with it. But I just wanted to mention that there may be some rust transfer. It happens with paper, but not quite so bad. What I did on the rusted bulldog clips, on the inside where it clamps together, I added some sticky back velvet, so hopefully the rust will not transfer onto the fabric. And I did that in some other places too, and I'll mention that when I get there. But I just want you to know what, you know, exactly what you're getting. And then this will be for sale on my Etsy shop. And I went to a estate auction last April and got several vintage handkerchiefs, doilies, fabric, and a lot of them I utilized in this book. So I'll mention that. The other thing I wanted to mention, that this is basically a blank canvas for you to create your story and what you want to journal about. And so I tried to leave the ephemera very neutral, and then I left a lot of blank tags and some just blank paper for you to use, and I'll show it to you, and that's what it is when you see it. But it's just a way for you to, you know, make it your own. So that said, I added a library card holder and then a library card. This is some lace from my wedding dress, so it's from like the 1980s. This is just some rhinestone. On this page, this was one of the vintage handkerchiefs that I got at that auction, and what I did was I folded it, and then on the back I just put one little stitch in there to hold it so it would stay in place, and it had a beautiful bee embroidered on there. I thought the lady's name could be something like Blanche. I didn't know, but that was just me dreaming. But that is, and it's held on with a rusted jewelry pin. And then the next page, the back of this handkerchief, this was a vintage handkerchief I made into a pocket, and then I just added two little tags. One is like a postcard, and then one is just a tag that I covered with some lace. And then here's an example. I had added a rusted brad to the tag, and so on the back I added some washi tape and I just glued it down and covered up the brad so it wouldn't transfer the rust. And then this next page, I thought, oh, I loved this beautiful pocket. I don't know if, I hope you can see it on the camera, but I just really thought that was pretty, and I thought it was highlighted with just a blank tag inside of there. And then this is just, like I say, a blank tag that I added. You could, you know, take it out and embellish it, or, you know, change it if you wanted. Then on this page, I recently taught myself how to crochet, and I make these, they're called granny square triangles. It's a granny square pattern, and I just make it as a triangle. And then I use it as a tuck spot. And then these are just two tags that I added. They're blank on the back. It's just a digital kit. I just wanted a little pop of color. All the pages in here and everything is cream or tan or white, so I wanted to add just a little bit of color. And then this is a vintage doily, and it's, I think, a little bit of Battenberg lace. And then I added this metal rim tag, and it says memories on there, and I added it with a rusted jewelry pin. And then the back I just left blank. Oh, this is supposed to be inside here. Okay, this is just a page with a pocket, and then in the pocket was just a little calendar and then a postcard, and again they're blank for you to journal on. And then this is an example of what I was talking about by just some plain ephemera. It's just a piece of music paper, but you could take it and you could collage with it, or you could just use it to back a photograph, or you could, if you had gesso, you could write on it. So I just wanted to include that because there's not a lot of places to journal in a fabric and lace journal, so I wanted to give you as much ephemera as I could. And then the other thing is I added, I don't sell these in my shop, but I rust these alligator clips. I sell another style in my shop, but I didn't know if people were interested in this. I kind of would like to add more rhinestones down the center of this, but I just added the one there. And the nice thing about it is when the book is closed, that you can see the rhinestone on the outside, and I like that. So that's just one of the things in my shop. And so the next page was just a tuck spot, and in that tuck spot I added a tag, and it's just a piece of wallpaper, and I added it to a tag, and you could do some secret journaling. I added a rusted ribbon crimp and added some rhinestones, and I thought that was pretty. And then this was just some lace and made it a belly band. And then I added just three little pieces of, these are like memo paper, and it's blank on the inside, it's white on the inside. But I just added that again, a little extra journaling spot for you. And then this was a Battenberg lace, I believe it's a doily. It was square, so I made it into a pocket. And then just this aside is just a digital journaling card. And then this was two vintage bridge scorecards. My mom was an avid bridge player, and so I have some of those, and I wanted to include that. You know, it's just, you never know what somebody's story is. Maybe you have a story of the games that you play or what you do, and this will help you, spark that memory and write about it. So that's why I included that. And then this is just a tag. And I've been watching a lot of Roxy Creations, and she does a lot of tags and collaging on tags. And this was trying to emulate what she had done, and hers are very much more beautiful. And I'll link her channel below, but she does some amazing things. But that's just a little tag. And then this is just 2 sheets of a book. It was, I believe, a prose and poetry like textbook for college, and this one says a metrical romance, and I just like that. I thought that was pretty. Again, I thought this was something you could collage with, or if you had some gesso, you could gesso on it and write, your romantic story. So I included that. And then this is some more of that lace from my wedding dress. And then this was just a doily that I cut up from that estate sale. And then this is a tag again, trying to do what Roxy had done. And I just tried to collage on a tag, and it's blank. If you didn't like it, you don't have to use it. And then this is getting to be the center of the book, and this was just a square. I'm not sure if it was a handkerchief or a doily, or maybe something you put out on your dresser. And so this is the center of the signature, and I just left it blank on that side. You could add a picture or something. And then on this side I made a kind of like a little fabric swatch. It's got lace and just some plain fabric, and then I stamped the word journey and added a button. I added the ribbon crimps and the rusted jewelry pin, and just added that there. And then I wanted to talk about the center of this book. I bound this book in a different way than I normally do. I used the metal prong fasteners, and the beauty of this would be that if you wanted to deconstruct this journal or just add some pages to this journal, you could do that because this binding allows you to open it up. If you do open it up and remove some of the fabric, just be very careful. It is very delicate and old, and it can be difficult. So just be careful of that. But there is the possibility that you could add pages or change it up if you wanted. And then again, because there's not a lot of places to journal, I call these little companion journals or companion inserts. It's just a little file folder that I cut down, and I added the sticky backed velvet. I added a little nameplate. You could change that out if you wanted. Added some bling, and then I used the D-ring fasteners. That's what I call them. I rust them, and they make a quick and easy little closure. And then on the inside, I added again a granny square triangle. I did this to cover up the brads that I attached the nameplate on, and then I just added a little tag in there. Again, I added the washi tape on the back to cover up the rusted brad. And then this is just the journal. It's about 10 pages. And so that's that. I'll put that back later. And then this is the other side of the page. So it makes a pretty center of the book, I thought. And then this side again is blank. On this page, I added a lace pocket. And then I was selling these. I called them faux French words or numbers, or those, those enamel tags, faux enamel tag. But I noticed in my stash that I've had these for a while, and some of the embossing has cracked. I don't mind that. To me, it adds to the age of looking of the journal, but you might not like that. You could remove this, it comes off, the tag would come off. So I just wanted to mention that in case you saw it and didn't like it. And then in this pocket, this is where I added just some of the blank ephemera. I added a little glassine bag, and then in the bag is two tea-stained index cards that are graphed paper, and then two guest checks, and then this was just a piece of dictionary paper. I think it's two pieces of dictionary paper. And then, so that's that. And then again, I added, this is some old ledger paper. It's from the early 1900s. I thought you could, again, collage on it. There's a place for you to journal if you wanted. But I just wanted to include that as part of the journal. And then I don't know if I can get it back in there. I may have to, I'll wait because I don't want to do that. And then this is the other side of that fabric with the lace from my wedding dress. This is just 3 little tags. This one was, I believe this is from Graphics Fairy, and it's Wildflowers of America, and then I did some hand embroidery on there. I did a rose, some daisies, and then I backed it with some just some cardstock. And then this was a tag that I added just some lace to, and I added a piece of wallpaper on the back and a little place for you to journal. And then this is some wallpaper. I believe this digital kit was from Ruby and Pearl XO Etsy shop. So that's that. And then this is the other side of that Battenberg pocket. And I just, again, it's a pocket, but I didn't put anything in there. And then this is just a belly band. And then this is just some scrap paper that I made into a little booklet. And I added the brads and the crimp, the paper crimp from the rusted prong fastener. I'll add that back later. Then in this pocket, I added just 2 blank tags for you to journal on, and or to collage with the papers that I've included. And then the back of this is just that same pocket with the back side, and then this is just some blank tea-stained tracing paper that I added. Again, you can write on this, you could collage with it. There's just a lot of different things you could do with that. Then this is the alligator crimp that or clip that I sell in my Etsy shop. It's, the style is just a little bit different, and I add the rhinestone on there, or I sell them with a flat back pearl or plain. And I'll put that in later because that one's really hard to get in. And then this one was just the back of that doily. I added another metal rim tag. It says Imagine. And then again, here is a tuck spot. I added just a plain tag that I put some sticky back velvet. I added the rhinestone trim, and it's just blank. Again, a little color. And then this is just a belly band. I added just a quick little tag that I made. This was, sometimes you may not have a lot of stamps or digital ephemera, and what are just, you might not have a lot in your stash is what I'm trying to say. And what I did was I took matte clear label paper and I printed a collage page on there, and then I cut it down and used it for my tags, and it was quick and easy, but I think it worked out well. So that's just an idea for you. Then this is the other side of that handkerchief. This was, I believe, a digital from the Graphics Fairy again. It was an airmail envelope, and I printed it onto vellum paper. And then on the inside, I just added a little tag that says Paris and Saint Rocha, and then this says Paris, New York, and London, again kind of going with the travel theme. And then this is just some of that tracing paper that I cut down and folded. To me, it reminds me of the old onion skin paper that they used to write airmail letters on, and so that's why I included that. And I thought you could write your own little letter and add it to your journal if you wanted. And then those just fit back in there. And then this is just another envelope that I made. This is a fussy cut flower from My Porch Prints. And then on the inside, I just added 2 little tags. And then I added an original check from 1921. I think it's so nice to have some actual old ephemera in your journals. I don't have a lot of it, so I do try to include some, but like I say, I don't have a lot. And then that just goes in there. And then also in that was just a digital printout tag. And then these 3 tags kind of I felt like went together. This is from a French digital kit, and it's the dress form with the flowers, and I just think it's beautiful. I printed it on, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of a shimmery paper, but you could write on the back, but I love that image. And then this is just the, you know, the dress form stamp and tag. And then this was a alterations tag, and I believe this is a vintage item. And so that's that. And then the back page was just a doily, and then I added it as a tuck spot. I added this tag, and it says, "Some people come and go in our lives, and some stay forever." And I really love that. Let me read that again because I don't think I read it right. Some people come and go in our lives, some stay forever. And I really like that. So that's the journal. I will get it listed in my Etsy shop if you're interested. I would love your comments, and I do look at them. They do help me know maybe things I need to do better or different, and I just really appreciate your time, and if you're a subscriber, I'm very appreciative of that, and just wanted to say thank you and have a blessed day.